sitting beneath Tightwad Hill, California Memorial Stadium in Berkeley. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Cal Golden Bears. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sidelines, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Guys, I caught up with the Longhorns head coach before the game. He understands that they are walking into a very difficult situation today. Their opponents have a big winning streak on hand, but so do they. He said, I believe that we can come and set the tone early. Look for them to be very balanced in their play calling, show why they've won these games 3 in a row, and really set the tone here early in the first quarter. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Coming out with it, it's Brown. He's not even going to make it to the 20, much less the 25. They'll mark it out of bounds at the 18. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Caught in the backfield, it's Wingo. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up in the touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. You've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. The Longhorns will punt this one away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. And it looks as if there will be no return here as the punt goes out of bounds. Quarterback making checks. Wide receiver going in motion. Jaron Kiave Songopolitelli. Just a short pass to the tight end. At the 45 on his way. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. Maybe some room here. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
From the 30-yard line on 1st down. To the ground. He's got it again. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, to say that this guy was unblockable in their last game is definitely an understatement. He was living in the opponent's backfield, and he does it again very early in this one, David. And I know he was a guy this offensive line and this coaching staff were concerned about, and early on, they don't have an answer for him.
I'm about to say that they still have the concerns because, geez, early on, he's in the backfield right away. Got to have some kind of an answer, man. First of all, maybe not run towards his side. Secondly, maybe we double team him, but there's got to be a plan because when you get near him, bad things happen for your offense. And that's a nice job by the offense. Now, I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. This time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
JKS. It's complete on the right side. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels, and now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
Makes a catch. Breaks free, and he might be gone. First catch of his career, and you see why they believe this freshman tight end can contribute early.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They've gotten right on the cusp of the end zone. They still need 2 yards. Will they try to bang it in with a run? And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Cal. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Texas offense. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. The run inside. It's Smothers. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
You know, God bless Texas because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no. They got 2 great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities, I expect Texas to be able to run the football. And Jesse, have one of the best.
He's going to throw deep right side. He's got it down the field. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. They'll run it. It's Brown. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Coleman. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
On 3rd down, here's Brown. Got enough space. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown. The Longhorns will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And they did tack on the extra point. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. He might want another play. Throwing Sangapolatelli. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. He rifles one deep down the middle. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines. It stands on the result of the play. To throw, Manning. Looking to the big tight end. Got a man, it's Townsend. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position that can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Running inside, it's Smothers.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Manning fires to the wideout. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. And the Longhorns moving quickly to the line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smothers. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
What a great play by the linebacker. Do you talk about filling a hole? Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Here's Arch to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, the linebacker's playing zone coverage, and he's just watching the QB's eyes to see where he's going to go with the football, and the eyes take him to the ball. He's able to swat it away. Great play on defense.
Manning lines up in the gun on third down. Looking left. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Politelli. Pressure coming. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Golden Bears decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake. Turning it on. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns! And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The officials blow the whistle to stop play. There is a Longhorn shaken up. 9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Going with the ground game left. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37.
basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Sangapolitelli. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. Threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
Jaron Chiave Sangapolitelli. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Oh, it is on the offensive line to shore up the protection after the sack on the last play. 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Makes a grab for a big play. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
After giving up that big shot defensively, how confident are you calling that coverage again? You're now on your own end of the field, and now your backs are against the wall.
The Golden Bears are moving quickly down the field, making side adjustments here. JKS. Here comes the heat. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Safe completion on the screen. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And this offense has put together a really nice drive, man. You really want to pay this off. Obviously, 3rd down approaching. Got to be smart with the football, but we want to cut into this lead as much as possible. Down a couple possessions. This would be huge right before the half.
Sangapolitelli from the gun on 3rd down. Looking for Pater. Touchdown, Cal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
The sure hands, it's Coleman. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You bring in Cam Coleman from Auburn with his size and speed. So who do you cover if you're on defense?
Yeah, we didn't even mention the running backs who you bring in, too, who are studs. So, like, they're studs all over the field. This is an offense that, Sark, when they really get it going, man, the passing game becomes elite. And they can do so many good things to you. But just Cam Coleman and the the ability to catch the football when he's not open. Like, it's second to none. Look forward to watching him and the arch connection and how it grows.
And he'll be hit immediately. No gain on the play.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Now here's Manning. Quickly to the tight end. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that third. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. Quick release by the QB. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Here on 2nd and 9, sends 3 receivers to the right. Going for the big play. Leaping grab for a big gain. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Number 96, set to kick this one.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing, Sangapolatelli. Pocket breaking down. Being chased. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Back to pass. Makes the grab. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. Timeout taken now by the Golden Bears. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Sangapolatelli fires quickly. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
Nice play. And this running back showing you why he truly is a 3-down back. He's not just dangerous running the football between the tackles or blocking, but he can also catch the ball. And when you get this guy the football in space in the perimeter of the field, he's got the wiggle and he's got the power to break tackles from the secondary. That's why this guy has an opportunity to play at the next level.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
To the air on second down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. Cal uses its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The marker is at the 35, and they need to get it there to convert third down. Jaron Chiave Songopolitelli finds a man in the middle. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Unloads to the wideout. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Quarterback had everything he wanted there. He knew pre-snap exactly where he was going. Of course he was going to be going towards his primary target. He just can't hook up for the completion.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They think there's room to run to the right here. Maybe a crease. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. That'll pull them back to within 6.
And that's a nice end to this first half. Put points on the board, create a little bit of momentum. You're still losing, I know. Go into the locker room, talk about some adjustments, and come out with some momentum.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. We start our coverage with Auburn, taking on the number 8 team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. And it's the Crimson Tide in real jeopardy of kissing that top 10 ranking goodbye. They're being punked right now, dominated in every aspect of the game, and we haven't even hit halftime.
Here comes the Golden Bear offense ready to start this drive. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
And they're able to get him down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. JKS unloads to the right and is incomplete on third down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
And the Golden Bears will try to pin them back with the punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. Oh, that did not go as planned except for the defense. They were right there to make the big stop.
Well, the offense is trying to go with the trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
Hauls it in, and he'll be brought down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Finds his target down the middle. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. And the Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and goal. Arch Madness. He's moving out of the pocket. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. He just makes it look so easy. Impressive run.
So impressive. Time and time again, he can buy time, make you look silly, and the defense is just kind of like, wait a minute, you got him? I got him? No? Well, nobody's got him.
To throw, it's Manning. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Cal's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sangapolitelli. He's going to take off. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the 3rd down. The Golden Bears come to the line with a new set of downs.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback.
There he goes. He's at the 40. Past the 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Golden Bears. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. He can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
And the extra point draws them closer. It's 31-24. From inside the 10, here he comes. And the returner will be brought down. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. Solid gain to get them out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
And it's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
The Longhorns, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. They'll give it to Brown. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
That's a great play by this defense. It's hard when you go against a guy that's so good at the quarterback spot. He can make so many plays, but the defense understood that rep. Nice job getting to him, corralling him, getting him on the ground, and creating the big sack.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Arch is going to throw for it. Got it set up on the outside. Almost popped free on the screen, but he'll be stopped short of the line to gain. It's 4th down.
Nice job by the defense there on 3rd and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up 4th.
He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Give to the back. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Quarterback may change this route. Throwing Sangapolatelli. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He was dreaming of getting a few more on that return, but they'll take it in business at the 32.
Such a great job by the defensive back, dropping beyond the sticks, understanding where the ball's going, breaking on the football. Great eyes, great vision, and great hands. Looked like a wide receiver getting that INT.
So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a breaks into the open. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills. And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Throwing Manning. Got his man. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Third down from the gun, Manning. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They put up another score here in the fourth, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
He wants to change this route. They'll move the wide receiver. Sangapolatelli. Bringing the heat. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Sangapolatelli from the gun on third down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
After that incompletion, 4th and short now on their own side of the field, I think there's a lot of coaches in normal circumstances that would stay conservative and just punt the ball away. But you're trailing here in the 4th quarter. I think the offense needs to stay out on the field, and you got to go for it.
And the Golden Bears send out the punt unit. Oh my, he just shanked that one. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. So working with a lead here, they'd like to put together a long, time-consuming drive and put this thing away.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And the Longhorns come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. Brown again. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play.
Hey, man, this is a big decision for this offense. Like, having the lead, does that change your mind? Are you less aggressive, or do you go for the gusto? Do you try to finish this thing off yourself by getting the first down, continuing to possess the ball here in the 4th quarter with the lead?
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Timeout taken now by the Golden Bears. That'll be their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll keep it on the sneak. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short?
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for it, but when you're up by a couple scores, I think you're just kind of free and like, hey, let's keep scoring points. Let's keep the offense out there. Let's keep the accelerator on, and I guess, hey, who cares? We're not going to lose anyways.
They'll run the screen. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Jaron Kiave Songopolatelli fires to the right. Got his man. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Might be changing the route. Looking to fire. Bought a little time, lets it go. Back open in the middle. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Golden Bears come to the line in the hurry-up. Again, it's Songopolatelli. Grabs it. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
How crazy is it that one of the best receivers in all of college football just made his first catch in this big of a game? You got to give the defense tons of credit. They've had a plan for him. They've limited him, and that's why they're going to win.
What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Motion from the wide receiver. To the ground to try to move the chains. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Hey, man, that's so frustrating for this defense to get him in 3rd down and short. And look, the 1st down's almost a touchdown, right? So this is a tough situation. This defense is going to have to bring in big bodies and really sell out somehow. Try to get some penetration. Try to make a big play on 1st and goal that can maybe back them up.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And the extra point is good. So they take advantage of good field position and move it 46 yards. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. After that kickoff, the medical staff is out there to tend to the injured player. You hate to see an injury any time. Holly's going to keep an eye on that and get us up to date on what the situation is. The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. Complete to start this drive. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. The run inside. It's Smothers. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
He's got it again. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a step.
Down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Here we go. 3rd down and 1. Let's see what you're made of. They'll try to move the sticks with Brown. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. A mere 4 seconds after the clock stopped for the 2-minute timeout, the defense gets it stopped again, trying to get the ball back. They kick it away on 4th down. Not a lot of room to field this one. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he could even get started. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. The give. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
You wonder about the mindset right now of the offensive coordinator, too, because they need points, and running the football just is not going to get it done. Early in the drive, late in the drive, I think you've got to be in attack mode right now throwing.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. JKS. Snagged out of the air. Turning it on. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
You know, in a 2-minute situation like this, you've got to find your best players on the field. When you've got one of the best wide receivers in the game, that's the guy that you need to be throwing to as often as possible.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
He's taking a deep shot. Makes a grab along the left sideline for the huge gain. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Well, there's no doubt where the quarterback's going to be looking in this 2-minute situation, trailing in this game. Tonight, time and time again, he has been feeding this guy the football, already over 100 receiving yards, and he comes up with another big play for his quarterback on a 2-minute drive.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense, getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Sangapavatelli. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
Looking to throw on 1st down. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Yeah, and now you got the one final play, right? Like this is, you've dreamed about this. You tried to put yourself in this situation. You're down a score. You've got to make something happen. What's your go-to play? Who's your go-to player in this big-time situation?
So here they come. One last chance, and they've got to have a touchdown. Quarterback making adjustments. Sangopolitelli. He wants it all. Caught. They will score. Touchdown, Cal.
Man, you did the hard part. What a drive, putting points together, getting 6. Now, what are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down on the clock?
And it's good, and we are staring in the face of overtime. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the returner will be dragged down. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
Fires left. It's caught downfield. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. We'll get it started here in overtime. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Here's Manning to throw. Trying to find the end zone. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Longhorns! They jump on top here in OT. The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. The offense changing the play. They want to run it left here. There's a crease. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll go right back to him. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Man, he's already got 43 yards rushing and getting ever closer to that 1,200-yard mark. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He leaves it with the back. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
Touchdown, Golden Bears! They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
Obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by 1, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
Here in the second overtime, they'll snap it on 1st down. Jaron Chiave Sangopolitelli. They've got the screen set up. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
And it's something you learn as a pass rusher all the time, man. If I beat that tackle immediately, right away, there's usually a reason. They're wanting me to run upfield. He plays the screen beautifully. The defensive end stays home, sees it, makes a tackle on the running back, and prevents the big play.
Might be calling a hot route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Complete. He breaks a tackle. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where he can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
From the gun on third down, Sangapolitelli. Touchdown, Cal! They take the lead here in the second overtime period.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
They got the touchdown. Now in the second overtime, you have to go for two. JKS. They can't convert, and the lead remains at 6, and now they'll have to go on defense. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. They go play action with Manning. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn. And they have the answer here in overtime with a touchdown of their own.
I think the quarterback showed his head coach a lot on that last touchdown pass, the poise and the confidence. And because of that, David, on this upcoming two-point play, you might just put it back into his hands and let him go win it.
Yeah, man, I need it again, right? Like these rules, I got to go for two. This is a clutch moment. Obviously, got to come up big. Do you trust him again? You worked on these two-point plays all year long, all week long. That's what you do. You know the rules. Now you got to go execute.
To throw, Manning. He got it. The two-pointer for the win, and they kick the game in double overtime.
You know, David, coaches are always preaching mental toughness, and at this juncture of the game, you need one play to get it done, and the offense delivers.
Man, all this time, all the energy, all the effort to get to